gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to It Is The Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier, Hendricks, and of course my co-host, Mr. Paris, Mr. Clayton. What's happening, gents?
What's good? What's good? Good morning to the folks. What's up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's your boy, Jay Paris, and we coming to you live on this beautiful Monday morning from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's The Morning Shake, powered by The Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us, bro. Clayton, good to have you with us as well. And yeah,
Good morning.
blessed to be alive. Blessed to be alive.
What's happening, Clayton?
Good morning.
Bro, you said you were gonna give us sound effects, bro. On episode 5, we're already on episode 480.
2026, bro. Don't worry.
2020 next year.
We'll get there.
Alright, gents, this weekend was hectic.
It's been an
In
eventful
all
year
areas, bro.
in all areas, especially as a country as a whole, bro. I think we've taken 3 L's this weekend, bro. The Proteas took a L.
More than 3 L's,
The
bro.
Bokke took a L. Hendricks took a L. No longer champion. So it's crazy times in South Africa, bro. But this is a time where we have to stand behind our people. We have to stand behind our people. And we have to show them full support. We can't just celebrate when we get the W's, the wins. When the L's approach, this is the time where we have to stand together and say, you know what, we are definitely behind you regardless, no matter what. We're not just going to celebrate when the L's are there. But the Proteas narrowly lost the deciding T20 International to Australia. With the Boks, it was a stunning upset at Ellis Park. The Springboks let slip a commanding... This is the sad reality of what took place on Saturday. I was actually at the game, bro. We were 22-0 up. That was the lead.
That's a nice margin, bro.
Bro, that's a massive margin, and we fell 38 to 22 to the Wallabies, to Australia, bro. So, and that's their first win at the venue since 1963.
Where was the game, bro?
Was Aussie.
At Ellis Park. At Ellis Park.
Alright, shout out to Australia.
Yeah,
then.
bro.
I guess, bro, we can't just want to be winning also every week.
But
Give
everything
others a
just
chance.
on one weekend. Hendricks also as well, bro. Lost his UFC middleweight title on Saturday in Chicago. Yeah, to Kamzat. I don't know how you pronounce this guy's surname.
Before we continue with
But,
the news, bro,
yeah.
I just wanna shout out Nate and Lou. Thank you so much for jumping in the comment section, guys. Please do jump
Is
in the comment
Nate's
section.
online?
Nate is here,
Because
bro.
for some South Africans, sorry to say, if you are South African United supporters, some South Africans just took L's this weekend. At least there's a little bit of joy that I can take from the fact that the Premier League obviously started this weekend and Liverpool won on Friday evening. But it's not that type of show. It's just, we just saying. And
So Nate took a bunch of L's
he
this
just
weekend,
took,
bro.
I think, 4 L's for him this weekend, bro. It's been a bad sporting weekend for a lot of the people. But it's Monday morning and we blessed to be alive
I
regardless.
saw a meme that says, what's your favorite position? 14th.
14th. I think they lie 15th, but it's just... They look good yesterday, though. That's
Yeah.
Manchester United. They look good, bro. Promising signs. Let me give it to them. They looked extremely good at Old Trafford yesterday. Good additions, good signings, and I think, actually, no, I don't think. I'm not going to prophesy anything over any team. But it's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be an interesting season because
Think they're
I'm
in a
not...
better position than before, though.
Yes, they definitely are. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's just been one game. The Premier League started, like I mentioned, this past weekend. It's been one game.
He says all the big teams lost this weekend. That's a nice comeback.
Yes,
That's a nice comeback.
for South Africa, 100%.
The big
for
South African
for
teams.
Proteas, 100%. For the Bokke, 100%. For Hendricks, 100%. Other than that, outside of that, that's not a comeback, bro, at all. For a team that ended 15th last season, you call them a big team?
Hey,
Or he calls them a big team? That's cap, bro. That is cap.
So Bokke, what was the energy at the stadium there, bro?
Bro, the energy was immaculate. I won't even lie to you, bro. Outside of the L, we were joking about this yesterday, bro, that all the people that went to the Bokke this past weekend is because of us. that we took that L, but that's just menial banter. It's okay. It's okay. I can take that.
But it's also humbling, like you know that you were the best, but you also not gonna lose a game or come out second best. So it's one of those. They needed that shaking again, because getting too confident, sometimes you lose yourself. You build a strong ego that gets crushed, my bro. So this is one of those that, okay, we need to pull up our socks again. That's what Rassi said. He was embarrassed.
100%.
Yeah, but
bro.
look at the end of the day, bro. We can't just be catching the dubs all the time. At some point, there
But
needs to be a breather.
We can't
bro.
lose like that, though, bro. This is our home stadium.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was
on
a
a
bit-
home
I-
turf,
also-
and you're 22
But
nil
also
up.
Ellis Park is a party place, bro.
But what? But
Ellis
what?
Park is a party
Hey, bro,
place.
Ellis Park is a bit like place, bro.
Bro, the energy was insane. I won't lie, bro.
Rugby
Obviously,
game's
South
good.
African turned up. The South Africans turned up, bro. But if there's one thing that, being in the stadium, and I guess this comes from being a football fan as well, I think South Africans really need to learn the art of hostility, which we don't have. We don't know how to make the stadium hostile and this is just judging on this past weekend's game. Maybe
Are you talking
maybe
about the
rugby.
Pirates and
I'm s-
Sundowns?
No,
What happened there?
we'll get there. We'll get there. This is just judging off or based off of rugby this past weekend's game. Maybe it is like that. I don't know. But
Like that pressure from the fans
pressure,
also.
but from my experience from this past weekend game, we need to
give a bit of pressure.
Yeah, a bit of pressure, because have we been winning or taking the W so much that losing is, we're not used to losing. So when the Wallabies, when the Australians came back, it's as if the guys were so upset with our players, where in the moment you can't. Yes, obviously you're frustrated. I understand, but in the moment, let's back our boys. Let's stand behind our boys, and afterwards we can speak about the errors here and there that took place. But the hostility is needed in that game. That second half was a walk in the park for the Wallabies. Was a walk in the park. South Africans weren't behind our players the way we should be, as is with Hendricks as well. I've been seeing a lot of hate mail towards him. The fact that he took a L. So I don't know
But
what's
my bro,
up with
you
South
can't- but-
Africans
but-
doing.
gents,
When we take the wins,
when we take the W, we
we're
celebrate.
excited with all of that, but we don't know how to take these L's. When we take the L's, we can't
Don't
back
be a,
our boys.
Don't be a sore loser. If
Nah,
we're taking
guys,
an L, we
don't
take
do
an L.
that.
We don't make the gent feel anti, because when he's winning, we're excited. Now that the
100%.
guy is losing, you wanna crap on the guy. Nah, bro, that's unnecessary. You shouldn't be doing that. But what else do you have there in the sports, bro?
Yeah, so that was basically it, bro. Obviously, the cricket, the rugby, it was Hendricks, bro. And the Premier League is back, of course. The Premier League is back. I don't know what's happening
Soccer. Soccer is back.
Football is back.
Football.
Apologies, football is back. I know this past weekend, Sundowns came up against Pirates, and that was 1-1, bro.
1-1.
1-1.
It was a tough
in
one
the
for
first
them.
leg.
Apparently, the referee wasn't the nicest person on the field. It was supposed to be 2-2, but there was 2 offsides, and it was just untidy in that game.
Speaking of offsides, bro, VAR?
Hey, that one we have to call Gate up.
No, bro. I watched his interview with Peniel, bro. It was actually a beautiful, heartwarming interview, bro, just to set a few things straight. And Peniel asked him, obviously, about the VAR situation. And he mentioned that he got ahead of himself because he thought this thing was just about money, and money can just click or snap your fingers and the thing will just get done. So he did budget for VAR, which the funds are there, he mentioned. He said, no, my guy, the funds are there. I budgeted for this thing. It's just FIFA
So what's the
obviously
hold up?
FIFA told me that this thing has to go through SAFA, and there's which for him that is a young L though. I mean, you should have
has to go
first
through the gatekeepers.
you should have first did your background on the specific subject. But he says no, there's a lot of
Like
of
red tape.
things, yeah, that needs to take place. Referees obviously need to be trained in that field. But the budget is there. He said, hey, my guy, the budget easier though. That's one thing that we can at least.
But I don't understand why all the red tape is there. It doesn't take 5 years to train the referee. How long does it realistically take to call the
It's
referee
actually
together and say, okay,
because
gents,
remember, there's a fourth person. Like there's your 2 linesmen,
In
and
the
then
fire.
there's the one on the and then there's the one on the field,
That's
the actual
Danny
ref,
Jordan.
and then it's the the VAR person and the system. So it's a whole system that they have to install. Remember, it's like a satellite type of a system that watches the whole field and everything that happens and the whole
100%.
playback. So it's one of those things. It's not just the ref, it's a whole team that needs to be trained on it.
So he gave a turnaround time. He said, no, we can expect it at least in the middle of the season. So we'll wait and see if that is definitely going to be the case. All I'm saying is that if you do implement VAR, it has to be across board within the PSL. And I don't know if some stadiums, I'm under correction, you all can back
not
me up.
all of them will
Are
be
some
able to.
stadiums conducive for the VAR system in South Africa?
Remember they had it at the AFCON. The AFCON they had it. Remember the whole that because that's a big competition on the continent.
True.
So they had it for that games. And even in the final I saw they used it. So I think some of the stadiums on the continent can, but locally not all of the stadiums can accommodate the system. Because if you look at some of the fields that they play on, some of them are not even properly covered.
Let's start
and
there.
Stands and stuff. You know how it is.
Let's
If
start
you go
there
to different
before.
places, it's like, this is not really a stadium. It's just a soccer field. It's not a stadium.
It's like it look some school
like a
soccer
high
fields.
school-
Nah,
high
bruh, some
school.
high school soccer fields look better than these key fields that some of the guys play on. It even got to the point where they made us playing on the dirt, on like the sand, like actual thing, because it was just like we might just gonna play on the sand. Then it became like a
actual thing.
sport. It's like I'd be playing on this like
Sand football, and people enjoy it.
People go, bruh. Some of those sand football, obviously my cousin used to play that sand football, right? And he was like a local celebrity, bruh. He says when he comes here, the people
still
want
is.
Bro, the
jump on him.
atmosphere
Yeah. He
there
says the
sometimes
he
be
says
better
the
than
vibe there is better than
Yeah.
He says when he goes there, the vibe is better than like at the stadiums
some
and
of
stuff.
these PSL games.
Exactly. But which brings me to my weekend, bro. Explain my weekend might have been very eventful.
And it obviously ties in with just current affairs and everything that's taking place. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it ties into kind of like, well, one thing I've noticed this weekend. So for those of you who don't know, this weekend I actually went through to the National Dialogue. I don't know, Clayton, I'm still on. The National Dialogue was eventful to say the least. A lot of South Africans don't really have faith in the National Dialogue. A lot of South Africans feels like the process was hijacked. A lot of South Africans feel that what's the point of it? One of the big things was that it came out at 700 million was spent or was
but they
set
said they were
to
going to
be
take
spent.
it down to 400.
Yeah, so Cyril came out and said he's gonna drop it and whatever else. But even 400 is a lot.
But I think just before we get there, I think just paint the picture of what the National Dialogue is. If we can
100
just
meter.
Any
100 meter is a lot.
True. If we can just go down that route for
So-
someone that's
so the
maybe
whole
watching from
concept,
elsewhere.
So the whole concept is that there's a sense in South Africa that there's a unrest in South Africa at the moment, a big unrest, and it's busy boiling in the subsurface. Like people are frustrated with the government. People are frustrated with no changes. People are frustrated with the corruption. People are frustrated, including myself. People are frustrated with just the way things have been done over
Rightfully
the past 30 odd years, where it's like, we fought against the apartheid government. Now we have a new government. Now we have the new government, but now you guys, you don't keep to your word. You don't execute. You don't. There's money going missing. There's money found under mattresses and couches. There's the Guptas. There's the Zondo Commission. It's just like there's too much going on, and it got to the point where, as South Africans, we were kind of trained to get to the point where we became okay with the dysfunction. The dysfunction became normal. It's like when we see the robots have been cut down, it's like the robots are cut down. When load shedding in the beginning, we were complaining, and after a while it was like it's load shedding. What's the program? What time is it going off? What time is it coming on? Like we become conditioned to the dysfunction, and got to the point where it became normal. You get stopped at a traffic light, or you get stopped at the roadblock. Then it's like just give the over 50 rand, it's alright, or 100 rand, or whatever the case might be, right? And he's gonna let you go. So it's the dysfunction has become normal, but not all South Africans are okay with it. In fact, a lot of South Africans are saying, hold on, wait, there's something wrong here. We cannot continue like it's business as usual. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of, mistrust and distrust between the general population and the government. And we're working hard for for the people who are in working class. It's that
100%.
we be paying X amount of tax. What's happening to this money? Are we just working to enrich your pockets? You know what? And so there's a bit of an unrest happening.
Rightfully so.
So they recognized that there was an unrest, and they said, okay, right, let's have a dialogue, right, a national dialogue. And what actually happened was that the stalwarts of I would guess the ANC stalwarts, which was your O.R. Tambos, your Steve Biko's, and many other different your Nelson Mandela's, your the different foundations that were set up in the names of these stalwarts. A bunch of them came together. I'm not sure exactly who of them came together, but I definitely know the Biko Foundation came together with some of the other foundations to say, okay, guys, let's leave the government out of this one, and let's allow the citizens to have a conversation. Let's allow the citizens to come into a room and chat about what's going on in the country, right? And that was the concept. The concept is that let's get citizen leadership to come in and say, okay, because we can identify that there's an issue with the government. We identify people are tired of the government. We identify that we're in a stuck position. We identify that corruption is a problem. This is why one of the things that went viral was when Cyril literally said, and even in the room, everyone was like, what do you mean? When he said, you must ask yourself why some people are rich and why others are poor. So everyone was like, we must ask you the one stealing the money. There was like the unrest even in the room. So you guys know that on a Wednesday we have a show with Mr. Vari. And so he said, look, he feels it's important for us to actually go to this dialogue and make our voices heard and go there and represent the constituency of the brown people and say, hey guys, we're unhappy about 1, 2, and 3. So that was the idea behind the dialogue. That was 100%. The concept behind we getting the citizens to come into a room to discuss the issues and to come up with solutions for the issues. Needless to say, that thing didn't really yield much from what I could see, from where I was seated. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I don't think it yielded much results. I don't think it's going to yield much results. My faith in it yielding results is very low.
But is it an ongoing thing? Or
so it's
weekend?
No. It's supposed to be an ongoing thing. They were speaking about having conversations over the period of 10 years, back and forth in churches. Yeah, in churches, in dialogues, in mosques. They kept mentioning that all throughout the weekend. Continue having dialogues in your small communities about this. And there was plenary sessions, breakout sessions where different subjects were mentioned in different sessions. But the whole thing, man, I don't know. South Africa really lacks a strong sense of leadership, and a lot of the leaders up there have sold out. A lot of them they get paid off to just shut up and just do what you're told to do. And South Africans in general, I must admit, in the room there was a pulsating energy of disdain and distrust to the government of South Africa. You could sense it, you could feel it.
Rightfully so.
Everyone that spoke said, we don't trust you guys. Majority of 80% of the people that took the mic said, we do not trust you guys. We don't know what you guys are going to do with this process. People are at the point of restlessness, and one of my fears is that the only way forward here is we inching on civil unrest in South Africa. We inching. We a couple of conversations shy of a strong leader coming up saying, you know what, we're sick and tired of this. We're gonna go storm the Capitol. We're sick and tired of this. We're gonna go and do something drastic. I'm sensing in the atmosphere where we're not far from people getting to a point to say, you know what,
take this on physically.
We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to have a civil war here.
Do you think this goes in the line with the Sharpeville uproar, the Soweto uprising?
Do
you think it's one of those iconic moments that are about to take place.
It's starting to mirror the fight against the apartheid government. It's the tone and the texture in the air.
That was
It's starting to
shuffle.
sound a lot like if something doesn't switch up quickly here, it's just gonna take one strong leader to say, you know what, let's go, and then we're gonna sit with some civil unrest.
Who's the honest fight against, though, if I may ask?
The fight is
against government, but remember, it's a sad reality that you have to vote for the less corrupt. So I'm trying to be very careful with my
Clayton,
question.
what's your thoughts there, bro?
That was just another waste of money, because what they ended the thing off with, the whole dialogue off with, is people need to sit in their own silos and still have conversations. Conversations about what? Because we've been saying that this is not working, this is not working, this is broken, these people are not being recognized, this is dysfunctioning. The president is not even transparent in his term of office. So, like, for me, it is at that point where the citizens have to really get fed up enough to say enough is enough and unify and say, okay, now government or ANC, we are duck of you. It's been years. We've given you grace.
But these are the
upon
people. These are the
grace.
people that the people voted for, though, bro.
Yes,
that's
but
why I'm asking, who is the fight against? Because if
the
the
fight
fight is against the ANC, that's in power. The question is, why did you put those people in power? But then I do
Remember,
understand that it's
everyone
difficult
votes,
now to
everyone
vote.
votes in good faith. You know, like you gracious. Okay, now I have good faith that they will do something.
Or the devil you know.
Or they will change. Or no, this president is different. Remember the conversation that we had last week. The personality. Remember, Cyril was the savior when he was elected. Oh no, he has his own money. He's not going to steal from the country. A year in, what did he do?
But even when it comes to answering what Jay is asking, there's with all the corruption and distrust in the political system as it is, I can sit here as a South African citizen and say with confidence in my heart, I'm not sure if even the voting process is legitimate, bro. That's how I feel as a South African. I do not know that the votes that goes to particular parties is indeed, if let's say,
It doesn't reflect the truth.
is indeed a true reflection of what the people are voting on the ground.
But that's why
cannot say
that's
that
why
with confidence.
I think few shows back, I asked, is it to a point where is democracy working, or do we have to go towards the communist approach? And when we speak about communist approach, we're speaking about a benevolent dictator. That's what I'm speaking about. I'm not speaking about someone that's just gonna do this, do that, do that. I don't care what you'll think or what you're saying. I'm saying a benevolent.
What is a good example of that?
El Salvador's president, when he came in, he took the country from one of the highest murder rate. And today, the ratio of 100,000 people, there's only one.
But is it a communistic state?
But that's why I'm speaking about a benevolent dictator, a benevolent leader.
But is El Salvador a democratic state? I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. Check.
One that is China. And China's working. So our best example of that is China. We can't use Russia. We can't use North Korea as an example. But the best one that's working, and it's working for the people, I would say, is China.
But you can almost also use Russia. But you see, the thing is this, is that...
And in this point of the tension that's happening with Russia and, Ukraine and the rest of the world, it's... So, like, I wouldn't use that as an example right now, but I understand.
So is democracy working for us? Has it been working for the past 30 years? Can we say we're in a much better place today? Things
it's not working.
Are sunshine and roses. Things are...
that democracy leaves this. There's a sense of, freedom and freedom of speech, religion, and all of those things. There's a sense of it. and people feel it. There is freedom. But is it working overall? No, it's not. Because whoever comes into power actually does the same thing as a dictator. They have the power, they don't do the work, or they do it their way, or they do it for themselves. So democracy is not for the people, it's rather for the leaders of whoever's governing.
You see, bro, did you check up on that thing, bro?
Yes, just coming.
So for me personally, all I can say is this weekend I sensed in the room that people are tired. People are getting to the point now where they don't care. People are getting to the point now. South Africa just has become altogether a very dysfunctional state. People are just, who cares, bro? Do what you want. Do how you want it. It's nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody's gonna do. Like if you look at how South Africans have become, where I can remember a time where we used to take things seriously, where a traffic light, if it's red, we all stop, right? But now it's like, hey, bro, if I don't see a policeman, I'm going, even in the daytime.
But it's not even if you don't see a policeman. It's at a point where we've been so numb to the fact that the things don't work, and we've driven past so much traffic lights where it's like, oh snap, I thought it wasn't working, so I kind of waited
And then
for the next person, and then
But it was red. But just because you used to it not working. But I'm saying it's become very dysfunctional. It's become to the point where we don't really even, we've lost the compass of what is true north for us as a country, because there's no real, I mean, at the end of the day, something as simple as going to get your ID at Home Affairs has become a corruption issue. You must give someone something so you can get your ID quickly. Otherwise, you'll stand in a line the whole day. Something as simple as getting your license has become a corruption issue. Something as simple as getting stopped at a roadblock has become our daily lives.
Bro, do you know what? And something as simple, and this is like extremely menial yet extremely important, going to a discam or even a F&B. Do you know how I hope and pray that someone is equipped enough to help me in a specific situation? And I've seen it. I'm saying this from personal experience. There's certain things that I'm asking information about in the aisles that you can see this person does not know at all what this specific product is about. So if we're at that state, and it's like I have to force myself to get to the best.
But that's in the private sector. Those are private companies, privately owned companies like F&B.
But it's still the feel like of
I'm talking about in South Africa in general. I mentioned state-owned enterprises, like going for your license, going for your ID book, going for things like that. I mean, when we got there, we filled in our accreditation like 5 weeks before we even went to the dialogue. When we got there, they didn't know what we were talking about. They didn't know who we were. They didn't know. There's an auntie sitting there with her stomach hanging out, wearing a tights, with a small t-shirt, with the stomach hanging here, busy eating a chicken. Next. It's like there's no dignity, there's no self-respect, there's no honor attached to the job role that you've been given.
The dockets at the police station.
There's oil on the paperwork. She put a chicken there while we try. Then one, and I must compliment. And I even saw the guy afterwards, and I went up to him and I complimented him. There was one gentleman, looked like a young gent. He saw the chaos, and while we standing there, we say, "This is so discouraging and so disheartening." Once again, and that feeds into the stereotype that there are certain people, when they get into positions, they treat the position with this never mind attitude. It feeds into the stereotype. It's like, oh, those people don't know how to run things. Oh, those people. Because we get in there for registration. There's about 6 tables there, right? There's no one at this. There's computers there at this table, but there's no one sitting there. There's computers there at this table. There's one guy sitting there that's not interested in helping anyone. There's one table with a line of maybe 50 people, and we standing there busy saying, why is there nobody helping? They can see there's only one table and this line is so long. Can no, like the same thing that happens at the Home Affairs. It's like, Out of order, out of order, out of order, out of order. They're busy walking around in the back there, talking, taking overtime lunch breaks. Like there's no dignity and pride and integrity to serving the country or even taking your job seriously. There's like they don't care. They simply don't care. Now I'm not even exaggerating. This lady is sitting there, né? Like this on the thing. Her stomach is here.
Talk that talk.
She's busy eating a thing. She put a chicken just there. On the paperwork, oil stains all over the place. It's like, this is so... It's like there's no dignity to say, let me dress appropriately. I'm going to be dealing with the public today. Let me, outside of the fact that she has a big belly, that's not the issue.
Yeah, that's not the issue at all.
You can have a big belly, but dress appropriately. And be... And have dignity and pride in the position that you're fulfilling. Right? Don't come sit there like this, and eat a chicken and this. Then there was one gent.
And the attitude of that.
The attitude. Now look at us. Ooh. The attitude, né? Now this one gent. We standing there saying, I wish somebody could just take initiative here and say, you know what? Let's split this line into 3. Let's call the other workers that are supposed to be here. And split this line so that instead of 50 of us standing in the line, they can be drop it to 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 so that the process can go quicker. Because there's all the computers are here. We can assist these people. The computers are there. The tags are laying there. We can help this. There's nothing stopping us from helping these people. This one gent comes and he says, gents, how can I help you? We're like, hey brother, listen, we've arranged this thing ahead of time. We actually have our invitation letter. We show him the invitation. This guy says, gents, follow me. He says, who else has an invitation letter? That other guy, the other lady lifts up and I do too. Who else? I do too. Who else? I do too. Okay, you group, follow me. He literally split that queue. He dropped it by like 10. So the people standing at the back could now move like 10 or 15 spaces forward now. Because this guy used the initiative to say, all those with invitation letters, can you follow me? Bro, when we went to his table, he says, can I have your ID? I give him my ID. He starts typing it in. He gives me my access pass. He asks the other guy that I was with, we were with Kevin. He says, Kev, give me your ID. He gets ID. This lady comes from the other side. Why are you helping these guys? Why are you helping these guys? No, don't help them. Don't help them. It's like... So this guy defended us from his co-worker. Saying to her, this big lady with a chicken, saying to her, no, these guys have an invitation letter. And all 100%. The people behind them, they all have, I'm helping them on the basis of the fact that they have an invitation letter because this was supposed to be done in the week already. So I'm assisting them for quick so that they can get their accesses quick. Those people don't have invitation letters. Let them go through the process. But these guys have, and the people in this line, there's 15 people that followed us, they all have invitation letters. Bro, that gent did that process, nah? In less than 2 minutes, bro. He typed in our things, typed in our ID numbers, gave us our passes. Next, typed in, gave us our passes. Typed in, gave us our passes. Afterwards, I said, my brother, you know what? You are a born leader. You can use your initiative. You can use your mind. We need more people like that in our country, in South Africa.
100%. But I think it's also going to take us being stern on the other side as well, bro, to also approach a situation. I've seen a lot of South Africans are also scared to approach certain situations and so forth. And when I walk into a disc game or wherever, I go to the floor manager or whatever the case may be, I need the best person to assist me now, and she or he will take me to row X, Y, and Z. I need, this is my list, I need this done ASAP. I'm not going to walk around here not sure what's what and so forth on. And it happens. Saturday at the stadium as well. Excuse me, sir, where's row this section, this section, this? You will take me there now. Not in a rude or arrogant way. It's still in a respectful way. Like, yo, man, we're here together. Let's make this happen. But no one is going to tell me, go to, and then when you, and this is going to happen. No, not under my watch. Excuse me, sir. Please can you
because the truth is they're there for that reason.
They're there for that
but
reason.
They become lazy.
And then the guy does do that because there was a specific row that I was looking for, but now I'm looking, where is this place? And I had to go to one of the security guys or the guy that was assisting in that regard. Please take me to this section. I'd really appreciate it. I can't be walking around.
And he
here.
did it.
And he did it.
But-
he took me exactly to my seat.
But
myself and my dad.
here's my thing. We need to shout out the people with initiative, because it looks like everyone's incompetent. And it looks like all of these people, they just lazy. They don't want to help. They don't want to assist. But it's not everyone. Like, there is a guy like the security guy that helped you, or the usher that
100%.
took you to your seat. There is a guy like the guy that helped us this weekend. I wish I
True.
took his name. That says, hey man, this line is long. Let's
100%.
make something work here. Those people are there. Those people
100%.
should be the leaders
True.
of a guy like that should manage the office of one of the Home Affairs. That can walk around on the floor, because that line at the Home Affairs is unnecessarily long.
100%.
Because you're walking around taking lunch breaks and things. A guy like that should manage the floor and say, hey guys, listen, we have about 60 people in the line. I need so-and-so to take your station. So-and-so take your station. So-and-so take your station. Assist these guys. Quickly, system. Help. If a guy like that can just work the floor for like a month or two and start setting that precedence and that tone
100%.
in that, I'm telling you, bro, without blinking, people will go to that Home Affairs office. Everyone will be like, yes, bro, yeah, that Home
one
Affairs
there.
there and so and so. That's the one that gets you help quickly, because of somebody that takes initiative and leadership. So what we need in our country is the leaders to rise up and say, you know what, we're tired of this. We can't be every time we want to do something. I mean, it got to the point where we know anytime you need to deal with the government, you know you must take a week's leave, because you're going to struggle now to
take a
get your
hard minute.
paperwork in place. You're going to struggle to get the dysfunction that's happening there. But we really need, and if I learned anything at this dialogue this weekend, I saw that South Africans are tired. South Africans are fed up. South Africans feel like, nope, we're not going to let this slide on our watch. And that's where we are at the moment, bro. People are tired. People are backing down to say, no, not backing down. They're saying, today we're getting results, we're getting answers here. So constituencies were represented.
Yeah, I mean, Clayton? Yeah, bro, we in such a crazy state, and allegedly or apparently we're at that point where, I don't know if you heard about the story about the taxi drivers. Sentaco members are saying that South Africans are not allowed to have more than one passenger in their cars. It doesn't matter if your kids, family, friends, or colleagues, if they caught with you in more than one person in a vehicle, it could be damaged and crashed in the public, or even burnt. That's your car.
Then they must burn everyone's cars. Because who's gonna drive with? I take my children to school in the morning. You can't tell
You
me.
can only take one person.
No, you mad.
Going forward.
No, you mad. They must all buy motorbikes.
You can only take one person.
That's stupid. That's unreasonable. I don't know who came up with that thought process. That makes
There's been a few
zero sense.
roadblocks. I don't know if you've seen it on the socials, Clayton.
And I haven't
Not
been following
yet.
that story.
Not yet.
But the
I don't know.
motorbike idea seems to be a good one.
And then
It puts them completely out of business.
becomes like Thailand.
Yeah. Less traffic.
That'll
There's
be
just
cool.
place for bikes everywhere.
No, but I think the taxi association is becoming like not even becoming. It's a mafia.
A
now.
It
Mafia,
is. It
taxi
has
mafia.
been
It
for
is.
years. It's untaxed. They unruly. They tell government how they want things. They were the ones that got funds, a rescue fund for owners for this amount of taxes. How do you tell the government what you want? Yes, I know that they are part of the backbone of economy because they get people to work every day. But no, man. How can you come and tell people what to do? As if you buy their cars. My bro, you're taking more money from the people than what you are giving back into society.
Nah,
So
bro,
it's
the
just
taxi
untidy.
association needs to be.
It's
Needs
government.
to be
Government
tamed, bro.
doesn't regulate that. They don't do
100%.
anything to help the public.
Because the thing is, if you leave the taxi association to go untamed the way they are now, it's gonna affect us, bro. It's gonna affect us. They're gonna keep the whole country ransom.
I just hate the fact that they telling us what to do with our funds. How can you tell me what to do with our funds? I was at Southgate now the other day, and apparently Uber drivers can only drop off there. The people that that drive you home from Southgate. So the taxis have about 40 cars on the floor, and you have to use their system to get home. They do not have an app as yet. It's a guy there with the book. I saw this, so I'm not speculating. I saw this, the guy with the book there, and he's writing down information and so forth on. But what they do, they look at your Bolt app first to see how much the ride would have been from point A to point B, and you have to pay that person accordingly, either cash or an EFT. So I got into an Uber to head here back to the office, and I kid you not, 5 guys were around that Uber while I was inside of it. Hey, what you doing? So I asked, like, what's going on? No, you can't use an Uber to go home here. We have 40 cars on the floor here. You have to use our system.
This comes back to
And I had
the
to get out of the
incident that
Uber.
happened.
And I had to walk to the McDonald's because you're not going to tell me what to do, bro.
Recently at
It's
Maponya
a
Mall,
thing.
there was 2 guys killed. One was burnt in his Uber, and the other driver was shot. And a passerby was shot in the face. So there was a few injuries and 2 people that died. So nothing is still happening. They're investigating. People want Maponya Mall to close, and they want the taxi rank out there. But knowing our government, the policing, and the whole association in Soweto, nothing's going to happen to this case.
But can you see what happens if you don't govern?
My bro.
Can you see the point I made earlier where there's no leadership? If there's no leadership, anyone is the leader, bro. So now the taxi association, there's no leadership, sharp, we the leaders. We'll tell you all what we want and how we want it. And you'll listen also.
My bro,
no one's going to tell us
that
anything.
man came out to hustle money. Like it's his job. He drives people around. He gets killed and burnt in the car. Like, how is that okay? How is government allowing that to happen?
A lot of people are pushing back, though. I don't know if you've seen all these taxis that's been burnt down as well, bro. A lot of people out of the community are like, nah.
My
Maybe
bro,
burn your taxis
Not on
also.
our watch. If
there's
you burning
more
our
of
cars,
us than of
burning your
them.
we're going to
taxis.
burn
I
your
promise
taxis.
you, if the people stand up, because that a whole community has to stand up and say, you fighting over routes and then innocent people die. So we don't want you anymore. We want the bus service. And if you do come for us, we are more than you. The people have to. The people shall govern, and the people will govern.
But
they
that's
have
why
to
this
stand
whole
up.
weekend's conversation was about.
Because now we find ourselves being at the mercy of taxi drivers. Wherever you go, you can't go to the mall, you can't go to the hospital. It's even dangerous. I was in an Uber the other day, last week, Wednesday. The driver that I had, that man was crying. They got him at Barra. He had to stop at the garage. All the money that he had with him, they took it. They called the owner of the vehicle. That person had to send the EFT of 2,000 to release the guy in the car. So that's what's happening now. So it's dangerous
this is
for
their-
drivers and for the
Their
passengers.
own system they made up.
My bro.
You have to pay X amount.
Nah.
But
Nah,
that's
they-
what
For us to
happens.
release the
But
guy out of the
that's-
car.
But that's what happens when there's no leadership. If someone doesn't stand up and lead, I can tell you, bruh, there's gonna. Remember when I started this segment, I said we are bordering on a civil unrest. I don't think you'll understand, bruh. I sensed it in that room. I could see, is one conversation away from this thing popping off, bruh. It's not far. It's just one more thing that must happen, then it's gonna pop off, bruh. Then people are gonna start burning things and doing things. It's not far, bruh. There's an unrest in the air. People are angry, bruh. People are frustrated. People are tired. People are at a point where it's like, bruh, if a whole country decides tomorrow, look, we're not paying tax. You'll see what you'll do. Then what's gonna happen? Because already people are feeling, what are you doing without tax money in any
But the
case?
sense is, bro, we need the pressure of the people.
We do.
We do need
But
the
we
pressure
need
of
a
the
leader.
people.
But we need a leader to stoke the fire with the people because it
Jacob
needs
Zuma.
to be.
But now it
a
comes back
leader,
to the
bro.
question again. A benevolent leader
Jacob Zuma.
or democracy?
We need a leader to.
You're gonna, bro,
to
you
stoke
are
the
going
people.
to need one person that's going to say, just like Tia Timashinini In 1976, with the Soweto uprising, we all praise Hector Peterson, unfortunately lost his life. But the one leader behind that was Tieti Mashinini. He got the guys together and he said, no ways, not on our watch.
But you see, that's the kind of leadership we need at the moment.
And that was
We
a
need
young guy.
group of people to
That was
come
a
together.
young guy.
It's starting to sound a lot like what Mandela and them started doing to overthrow the apartheid government. Can you feel the same vibe? It sounds the same and it looks the same. Remember, Nelson Mandela and them, Ellen Boesak and them, these gents, they started gathering in churches with the treaties and and those things. They started gathering to say, we're gonna boycott this apartheid government. We're gonna throw them over. Now, the same thing is happening to the ANC government. People are like, those people, they're taking us, it's too long now, they're not taking us seriously. We're gonna boycott them. And that's what's busy happening, bro. I can feel it, I can see it, I can sense. Not even to make it a race issue, yeah? Because a lot of times you find other races feel like, no, the ANC, it's the black people and this. Bruh, there was black people in that room that stood up and said, we are tired and we are not on our watch. This is not going to happen on our watch. So it's not even an issue of race. It's not even an issue of black and white and brown and whatever. It's a matter of the society, the community, the civil society, the people are saying, nah, we talk now.
So I just want to point out a few things. When we speak about the frustration, of course it's the everyday living. And frustration could be maybe electricity, the prices of electricity. Are those the issues that were mentioned there? Because that's the everyday living, transportation, electricity. And
the big issue that kept rising.
What was the big things? Because
the big thing that kept rising was corruption. That was the big thing, and rightfully so,
corruption
because
to which avenue?
Corruption in general, and that's the place where it should. That's the way the argument starts.
But the thing is, after this, do we still end up paying 100 rand for electricity and you only get 20-something units?
But that's the thing. That's corruption and manipulation. But that's
so
the
let us point out these specific things.
No, the specific thing is corruption
that are killing. True,
because that bleeds onto everything.
That's the umbrella.
That bleeds onto everything. That's the reason you're paying 100 rand, because they jumping the thing. That's the reason the borders are open, because they get paid something on the side, and that's the reason the traffic lights are not working, because the person who got that tender paid something on the side and he never came to do the job, or he did it halfway, or he did his own thing, put a wrong system in place or whatever. So the whole thing, all is gonna point back to the corruption. Anything that even now the taxi issue we just discussed now, all points down to corruption. Because if you're going to go back deep into it, you're going to find that the taxi owners or the bosses who sit on top are in cahoots with those gents in the government. You're going to find that
some of the government premiers, officials here and there, they are taxi owners as well. So the issue with the taxis is there's not enough route, or our route is full because one owner has 200 taxis. How is that possible? Then the one with 5 taxis, they want to kill him because the one that has 200 taxis. It's untidy. In every form of corruption, there's this thing happening where it's this guy comes in, he's connected to so-and-so, and this is why we have so-and-so happening the way it's happening now. The same with the electricity issue, with every type of issue that we have in government. Like you said, it boils down to corruption. Wherever corruption is involved, or where people are corrupt, everything is broken. And we
generate our own electricity here in the country. Eh?
My bro, it's not supposed to. Look, Eskom doesn't even regulate stuff properly. Look how they're charging us here in this industrial area. They have a shifting scale. They don't say, no, this is what your usage. This is just, oh no, we just assume that you are using this amount. Like, how does that, like, it's not logical. Like, it doesn't make sense.
But it doesn't have to make sense. They're getting away with it.
That's the problem.
It doesn't have to make sense. They can decide to come and charge you now, which they've done. They can charge you 1 million rand. It doesn't have to make sense. They don't care if you go argue or whatever for them.
You want at home, your breakers are down. You used water. No leak, no nothing. How was I using water? No, we just charge you on this scale. Like, nah, man.
They even want to charge people with solar panels now.
Yeah.
How they want to regulate the sun?
The sun.
They want to charge you for your own. You paying for the panel. You putting the panel in. You getting the guys to come and install your panel. The sun is giving you electricity. That whole process has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Zero.
The government owns the sun rays.
No, the government doesn't own the sun rays.
Belongs to Cyril.
I'm already paying
Belongs to
tax.
Cyril.
I'm already paying. I'm already paying.
Rates and tax.
Rates and tax.
You buying
Which means
extra
I'm paying for
electricity.
my piece of land that I'm on. You can't make me pay for the sun and the air also.
The wind that blows into your window at home.
So what
when
South
it's
Africans
hot.
need to do is what we did when it came to the e-tolls. We must all do that. We must say, what? Don't play. We're not gonna pay this thing. Because see what we did with the e-tolls. We plain down didn't pay it. We plain down said, you can go play games,
There
bro.
were
We're not
people
gonna
that
pay
were
this thing.
religious about it.
We're not gonna pay this thing.
100%.
We're not gonna pay this thing. We must do that even now with a solar.
Still driving and there's potholes
We're gonna
in
say,
almost every second road in South Africa.
what? Must pay for solar.
And we
We
must-
won't pay. We will see what you do.
You know what? I think we
You
must
said
go pay
that
those
bill
cameras
every
and those
month.
lights
I
here,
won't
the
pay it.
e-toll.
Well, what you gonna do? Switch off my solar? What
block
you
the
gonna
sun,
do?
you're gonna
Hey,
block
you're gonna
the
switch
clouds.
off the
I'm
sun.
gonna send out someone.
I'm gonna send out someone to come dismantle
come and-
my panels.
I will shoot
Nah.
you.
that you paid for.
Then I make a case against the government to say that hey, what you on private property? I pay rates and tax on this property. It's private property. You can't come in here.
You know what the worst thing is? Solar. We were supposed to have solar farms. We were supposed to be the first country that had major solar farms. South Africa outright rejected it. So we were supposed to be independent from the grid long time ago.
Yeah,
But
but
because of
corruption.
Yeah,
Remember, those
corruption,
people are
bro.
eating at
Yeah,
money.
it's a
bro.
monopoly.
They eating at money.
Funds,
bro.
bro.
So if you do that, you dig directly
Yeah,
into their
into-
pockets.
It's just a sad reality. We the ones with the minerals, the resources, all these things.
But what they don't realize now is that people can also be corrupt. As corrupt as they are, there's people that's also jumpoing the system. There's people
But
that's
it's
also bypassing the meters. There's people that's also it's like,
100%.
oh, you're allowed to be corrupt.
I think
I'll
that's
also be
why
corrupt.
people do it, because you come here, you overcharge me for first you charge me for the little bit that you're giving me. You're overcharging me on that, and then you still charge me more on that. So why wouldn't I jump out the thing?
No, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
How
man.
are you paying a fee, bro, for electricity every month?
Why am I paying a third party, my bro? I can pay Eskom directly, and then there's no third party involved because the third party takes more of the money.
Yeah, but
look,
that's,
my
that's
bro,
how they're
you buy
making the money. But they
200,
think people are stupid.
you buy 200, 50 rand of it, 200 goes to the third party. You don't even get enough.
But we're allowing
electricity.
it also. As South Africans, we need to stop allowing it. We're the ones paying the things. So we need to get to a point where we're like,
So let's just jumpo the system,
like
all
what,
of us.
But that's what a lot of people are
Let's just
doing. It's like,
jumbo.
no, so we'll also jumbo.
We will
You all are
fine
the-
you. Then you get a fine for nothing, yeah, man.
You all are crooking us, we'll crook you also. Because that's that's how it's gonna end up being, bro.
We're all much
That's
in
what I'm
this
saying,
melting
bro. We're
pot
not
and we
far
all-
from it. Then we might all corrupt.
Let us all just
Yes,
be
we all
corrupt.
be corrupt,
And the
yeah.
anointing flows from the top. So
That's all might be corrupt. You all
What's good for the
overcharging
goose
us,
is good
we
for the
also don't
gander.
pay also. It's
True.
True.
100%.
Then what must happen? Because that's what it's getting
but
to.
but the feel of the country is that if you get stopped over by a policeman, bro, you can finesse this guy in such a way it's like, yo, bro, nah, not today. Not today at all.
Bruh, I'm at the point.
Leader so-and-so, minister so-and-so, minister so-and-so, where's X, Y, and Z that was promised? You have no right to stop me. Go and sort that BS out first before you want to come and dictate and have a bit of leadership here. Let us sort that out first. That's where the country's at the moment.
Nah, bruh, I'm at a point where I tell the guy,
And drive off.
if he stops me,
Screw you.
if he stops
Yo.
me, I tell him, nah, bruh, ride the ticket, it's fine.
I
Give
must-
my license back. He says, it's alright, go. Because,
Laziness.
bruh, too much
For real.
effort. bruh.
Laziness.
Too much
For real.
effort to ride that thing, go back
Go
there,
to the
fold the
office,
thing
there
in.
those papers are.
It's too much effort, bro. I just want the 50
Tower.
rand, bro. Just chip me 50 rand. I want to go buy me McDonald's after this.
You know what's worse? Just ask them, what do you want?
Huh?
Ask them, what do you want? Just when you get stopped next time, just ask, what do you want?
He's gonna tell you, I give me 50.
For real, he's not gonna say there's anything wrong. He's gonna ask you, and I just want cold drink. My bro, it's funny.
But it's the truth, bro.
It's the truth.
I tell you, man. Come I tell you, ne, gents. The last time I paid tickets is years ago, bro. I tell you, gent, bro, write the ticket. He's gonna say, hey, long story. It's alright. Give my license back, go. It's so bro. It's the. I don't think we realize how dysfunctional it is, bro. The rot of corruption in our country, bro. It is to the point.
And the sad reality, these aren't even exceptions that we're mentioning here.
It's sad.
These are majors.
It's sad.
These are a large percentage of what's taking place. It's not just an exception to what's just.
Try this collectively stop you. Tell him I write it. It's alright.
Nah, I did that before.
He's not gonna write it.
I did that before.
He's not
I
interested in writing it. He's not. It was never his plan to write it.
The only ticket I ever got was a speeding ticket. I was stopped. I didn't have license on me. I'm like, I just give me the ticket. It's all right. I'm not even going to argue. I don't have license here. Give me the ticket. That man look at me. He said, you don't have nothing. Then I'm like, I get nuts. Give me the ticket. That man is summa pop. He look at me. He say, I go.
Yeah. That's like 90% of my interactions with the police. Like 90%. It's like, bro, right? If I'm wrong, it's all right. Write the ticket. It's fine.
You must know, I don't have a wallet. I don't like walking around with too many things. That man was not, you know that way, you can see that man is disappointed om gesig. Oh, his whole demeanor changes like, hey, go. I'm like,
and again, we just want to,
energy stopping me, my bro.
You wasted a lot of energy to stop you. Still get nothing out of a deal.
And again, like we mentioned, gents, we do wanna apologize to the people that do wake up with massive integrity and dignity, and and you wake up with that sense to say, I want to make a change in my country. I want to make a difference. I'm going out there to serve my people. But it's just the sad reality that the majority is tainting that reputation for the people that are actually doing what they got to do. So shout out to those people along this voyage. I think we got to take down names when that specific incident took place. Take down the name and we'll mention them on these platforms. Shout out to those people. But for the majority that's tainting that reputation, those are the guys that we're speaking about and to.
But you know what? In South Africa now, if we have to get a proper government that actually works, it will be foreign to us. It will be like surprising to us. If we had to get stopped at a roadblock and the guy actually writes the ticket and they actually send it to your house and you actually held accountable, it will be like, yo, it's
at
working.
Least we'll be satisfied.
We'll be like, yo, it's working.
At least.
We'll be like, yo, let me pay my ticket so much quick.
Yo, it's working.
But you know that 100 Rand will get like maybe 80 units.
Bruh,
at least.
It will be.
Let me pay this because my $100 is being stretched now in that avenue.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, if we go to Home Affairs and there's no queue and we actually get our ID like in a week's time or in 3 days' time or something, we'll be like, yo, bro, we got our ID.
Is it real?
Bro, imagine on Twitter, we'll be like, yo, gents, I got my ID in 3 days.
Oh, I got my ID today. Why can't you? It's a plastic thing that you gotta go and print there, bro. You can do it within 30 minutes.
Like license machine.
You can do it now. Wow, I got my license today.
Because the truth of the matter is, bro, if you put my ID number on your system, my picture is there, everything is there. So what is
it's
taking?
Digital, it's there already.
The renewal of the driver's license takes 7 weeks. I had to go 7 weeks later to get the new
But
card.
that's why I'm saying, what's taking 7 weeks?
Bro,
my name is there, my photo is there, everything is there. If my photo is not there, we can take a photo. There's a guy that's sitting there.
No, but he does take a picture.
He takes a picture, it goes straight onto the system. What's taking?
Now.
If someone can just explain, maybe we being ignorant, but if someone can explain to me, no, Zakes, actually, it takes 7 weeks because it has to go there and there and there for this reason.
The photo
that
needs
reason,
to
and that
melt
reason.
in the
And
card.
it needs to set, and the
it needs
plastic
to
needs to
set
get
the
hard
pose.
over 7 weeks.
And that font that we use,
If we have to
That we have
import
to-
it from Germany.
that Gotham font. It's not on. Again, maybe we are ignorant.
There's a team of people that went to France to check because there was a few countries that bid for the license printing machine. So there's a team of 4 people that went to France. When they got there, it wasn't even the right machine. So the license delay is still going on.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, what's happening there? Corruption. What happened there? 500 million was paid to someone that went to go buy a G-Wagon. What happened there? That's what happened there. That's why the argument this weekend was corruption is a problem. It's making us struggle in life. You're a marathon circle.
But I think we gotta obviously bite it bit by bit, because to just go into a place, and obviously I wasn't there, I haven't been catching up, which I will do this week. But to go in there and just say corruption, true, I do understand that is the umbrella. But let us bite it bit by bit. Let us sort this situation out.
But what, bruh? Everything is corrupt.
So then let's just roll each other.
Everything is
Are
corrupt.
we saying we're at that stage now? Let's just... Donkey Jeffries Bay.
Everything is corrupt, bruh.
But
What
let
are you
us
going to
at least
argue
fix
about?
it.
The taxes,
Can we fix one?
The power, the robots, the energy,
But,
the
Pastor
water.
Zakes,
what are you going to argue about, bruh? All of it is corrupt.
Pastor Zakes, the desk is filthy at this moment in time. It's filthy with all these things that you
need
mentioned.
a big hose pipe or broom just to
So,
sweep everything off one
Let us
shot.
at least, okay, I can handle this. Okay, can you handle that? Can you handle that? And let us move forward
Bruh,
that way.
You're going to need, the desk is so dirty. You need
So
someone
let us
just to
all
come and
once
everything off one shot.
a bloodbath. Once
shot.
then. Once.
Because you're going to take this.
Once
okay,
then.
You take this. Okay, you take this. You take... In 10 years,
We only
10
took that.
things. We need something just to say, clean the whole thing once.
But that's going to take a strong, benevolent leader. That's going to take a strong, benevolent leader.
That's gonna take-
Because now at this moment in time, Pastor Zakes, we have 10 people, 10 leaders around the desk. I want it this way. No, the color needs to be blue. This guy, no, I want the color green. No, I want the color yellow. At the end of the day, nothing is happening.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's going to take a strong leader
It's either gonna
to
take-
stand up and say, hey,
It's either
enough
going to
is
take
enough.
that or we're going to end up in a civil unrest, bro. That's what I'm seeing is busy happening. People are getting tired and it's just going to take one spark to light the fire. Then you're sitting with big problems, bro. Big problems.
But what was the feel this past weekend before we conclude the latter stages of the dialogue?
Now,
Are there some sort of a little bit of progress at least? What's the percentage? What's the feel
Aye,
in the air?
there's no progress, bro. People
We
feel
just
like,
came there to roll, fight each other.
No,
This,
people
you
weren't
that.
even fighting, bro. We were in the community. The people that were there were all saying the same thing. If they had to, bruh, there was a time where Paul Mashatile got up and walked out. Everyone was like, hey, come back. You are the problem. There was a time when Cyril Ramaphosa was saying, we must ask ourselves, why some people are rich and some people are poor. Bruh, then murmuring in the benches, people were, we must ask you. We must ask you. Then there was another lady that stood up there and said, people are sitting here with your bodyguards and that, while we must walk in the streets and get raped and murdered and killed and things. You all are sitting like you're driving blue light brigade.
True.
Bruh, if they had to be the society, the community, versing those government officials that were representing there, those people would have beat them up, because all of us were saying the same thing. We were all saying, hey, bruh, hey. Come now, come.
But it probably requires a family meeting of such, bro. Where you literally take someone by the neck and say, hey, bruh, you causing tuak. That anger needs to somewhat
But that's
come
why,
to the forth. Hey, you causing tuak. And you...
That's why I'm excited about Wednesday's show, because that's what Larry did, bro. He went
like,
on
hey,
stage.
He
went on stage and said, hey,
you're talking rubbish here, bro.
Y'all are busy with things here that make no difference to our lives.
True.
Can we talk about the things that matters here?
True.
Y'all are talking this and this and this. We don't want to hear this. We want to hear the solution. How are we going to fix this thing? How are we gonna solve what's going on here? He went on to stage, bruh.
No,
and it
rightfully
caused
so.
a bit of a disruption.
We have the
so
tape. We have the tape.
Wednesday is going down, bruh. He's gonna be here. He needs to explain to the nation what happened there on Wednesday. He needs to explain. Because
Tune in.
that's where the action happened. He went on to stage and he said, hey, we want solutions here. We can't just be talking. Because you know how the government, they slow walkers, bro. No, you must do this. You must start a organization for this. No, you must speak about this sector here. No, they slow walk you to the point where just nothing ends up happening. And people are wise for it now. People are like, what? So we must have dialogues again for 10 years and just to come at the end of that 10 years and still nothing happened.
I'm glad a lot of people are getting to the point now, bro, where people are becoming independent thinkers, which is important. Independent thinkers, but also strong backbone to say, hey, you're not going to tell me to go down there and look for seat so-and-so. Take me there now, which is happening now. I saw the tape. I saw the tape of what took place. Rightfully so. It's going to take people like people of stature and that magnitude to say, nah.
Like
What you're saying is
no,
BS.
Guys,
don't take us for a one.
We came there.
Don't undermine.
Guys, you can't come in. What we said, hey, push that guy's side. We went in. There's no seats. We came in there, brother. There's a lot of empty seats there at the back. So it's gonna take that grit to say, hey man, hey, we coming in.
Enough is enough now.
We coming in here. It's gonna take that. And they play dirty, bruh. These people play dirty, bruh. Don't think it's a coincidence when you see this one was burnt in the car, this one was shot there, this one is missing there. They play dirty, bruh.
True.
Hey, you playing games.
True.
Like a mafia does.
True.
They play dirty. They know how to keep it looking like they didn't do anything. But they play dirty, bruh. Ask people who are on the other side of the table, they'll tell you,
100%.
hey, yeah.
Did you see the recent cases of exposing what's this lady? There's this office. So it was caught on camera. The bribe, the 60 grand.
They were sitting there by a restaurant or something.
That
CCTV camera caught him.
My goodness.
Cash so.
That man take a photo, he leave, the reporter. But he's busy exposing, that one is interesting. Let's see how far that gets.
But you see now the thing is just Clayton. You see that O's life now is in danger. That's exposing now. His life is in danger, and there's a thing.
A lot of the people, we had Douglas on the show last week, Wednesday as well. As soon as you start pushing against the narrative, going against the grain, going against what these people are shoving at us,
your life gets in trouble, bro.
And this is corporate also. It's not even government. Government is worse because the tender mafia is a dangerous world to play in.
Bruh, those people, Clayton, the general public doesn't know. Those people are, they aren't tidy, bruh. They aren't tidy, bruh. And they won't think twice to go there. They'll go there. They will go there. But but there are people. One of the highlights for me is that there are people that are saying enough is enough, bro. The whole weekend, majority of the people, they were like, enough is enough. Ons is dik, ons is moeg. We want results now. And I think the ANC knows it. I think they saw with the last election they didn't have majority outright. I think even that amount that they got there is for me questionable also. But see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It's been a good one. On Wednesday, Larry will be here. He'll explain to you guys what happened at the National Dialogue. He stormed the stage, caused the ruckus. On the next day, guys, I don't know. He'll explain. I'm not sure how much I can disclose. He'll explain it himself when he gets here on Wednesday. But all I can tell you, Wednesday show is going down, bruh. I can tell you, Wednesday show is going down. It's going down. So yeah, see you guys on the next one. See you on Wednesday morning at 10. Wednesday we do 10, not 9. So see you guys at 10 Wednesday morning. Love you. Goodbye. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.